Hey guys, uh, Cam's here. Um, okay, so a lot of people have said that some some guy with a lot of wealth game or all these perfect rolled items and stuff to be competitive on the leaderboard. So trying to kind of make a goal of saying you don't need all this perfect GG gear to be competitive on the board. You kind of do need a lot of free time, I think, um, which I have abundance right now. Um, I took 34 overall on the boards, age 3, 9 paladin, and I took third place on the pally board. Last season, remember me or not, uh, I took second place necro. Uh, so I think I did it. I made a big improvement. I took said 34 overall this season, and I bumped down a slot. Instead of taking second place, I took third place. But I feel like paladin is a bigger bracket than a necro. Much more people play a paladin than a necro, I think. And I don't know. I'm happy with the results I got, and we're here to just kind of go over the build, right? And go over the gear and show you what I did. Whatever. So first things first, I put 108 points into strength, and then I put 122 points into dex, and everything else into vitality. Nothing into energy. A few reasons for all of this. Um, Strength to wear your gear. Dex to help maintain holy shield on. Maintain your 75% block chance. Right? That's your block cap. What you want. Um, and then everything else into vitality because bigger health pool. Right. So enough strength to wear all your gear. Take into account what your charms give for strength, what pieces of gear give for strength. You basically want to put absolute amount of things to the strength that you can, and then same is true with dex. Just want to go as minimal as possible with your dex, so that you can put as much things into vitality as you can. That way, when you're getting hit, you're not dying. You're not getting one shot. Um, like a big soul or something, you can hopefully survive long enough to hit a rejuve and belly out of there or whatever you need. Um, right now I'll go over it. I got 268% magic find, and the reason why I'm going over this is because people ask me all the time, do I want kill speed or do I want just a buku amount of magic find? I'm definitely in the kill speed camp. Uh, I've ran, I typically run between 175% magic find and find. Um, I'm running a little bit more because I got lucky with uh, few small charms that rolled really well. Rolled a couple 7%er small charms stuff, and it's just I don't go into a ladder with a bunch of forum gold from JSP or anything. I go into a ladder the opposite, as close to zero forum gold as I can. I blast through Hell Bale on day one. I try to, like, this season we had like a 6.5 hour Bale kill, and then jump straight into Terror Zones to start trying to farm Sunder Charms. We could sell those and get some runes around or get some forum gold around, and then start using that for building the character and getting the pieces that I don't happen to find myself. I don't spend real money on the game or anything like that. So um, people that do that, I don't really care what other people do in that kind of regard. Some people are like really against it. Some people are really for it. It's just not what I do. Um, so yeah, there's that. And then get into the skills. So you got one into prayer, one into defiance, one into cleansing. These are just like 1 point wonders. You max out vigor, and I put 1 point into redemption, and then 1 point into salve. The one point into redemption is for things like Neelathak or like wave 2 of Bale. If you killed souls in there, stuff when you're clearing the room before the waves start, wave 2 comes, and you haven't done redemption on them, on the souls or anything, any of the corpses, those guys will res them. Then you'll be fighting souls and wave time. People, you know, Sork that's in there might get one pop because they don't have the resistance, right? Because they're wearing like a lightning sunder or something. So I just do it as to try and be a team player. Um, some of your horkers might get mad that it eats the body and they can't hork corpses, but I don't run this all the time. I run very certain, or like Elathak, for example. Run this and he can't corpse explode you or something. You know? One into might. I max out blessed aim. That synergizes with hammers. So does vigor. And then you wear concentration aura. Like that's your aura that's always on. And that so you max that. That's your main like damage boost. Um, and then one into Fnat. And combat. One into smite, one into holy bolt, one into charge, max hammers, and then max holy shield. And that's pretty much all the skills. This is a pretty simple build. And let's go over the gear. So I got my cube, obviously. Got my tomes. I like keeping both my tomes. Some people get rid of their tome of identify. They put some more like small charms or something. That's fine. I don't do that. I like having my tome. I like picking things up, identifying it on the spot, and then chucking it out in the game world. We just don't have a lot of inventory as is, so I like to ID it and get it out of there if it's not junk or whatever. Got a couple of peak combs. Nothing special, man. A peak comb with lightning damage. Comb with 2 max damage. This one's really good. Comb with 33 life is solid. Buddy horked that for me on like day 1 or something. The ladder. Day 1 or 2. Flat peak comb, and a geed. Pretty solid rolled geeds. I got a torch, alley torch. 19 attributes, 11 resistances. And I always try to swing it in that direction when I'm doing like a hammered. Your shield, which we'll get into in a minute, takes care of your resistances. Your other gear takes care of your resistances. That's why paladin. One of the reasons paladin's so strong is like all their res is handled by their spirit because of the base of the shield. If you get a good base, you're sitting real nice. And so since you don't need the resistances from the charm or from your anti charm even, you go with like high into the attributes. That's less strength that you have to spend. That's less dex you have to spend. That's more points you can put into vitality, so you have a bigger health pool. That's the name of the game. Is being tanky as hell. Same kind of deal. 18 attributes, 18 all res, and then 10% XP. I was going for just a 10% XP Annie this season because I was like doing the ladder race, you know, and that 10% really adds up when you have to go to 3.5 billion XP. Our small charms are just a fire small charm, life, another fire, and some MF. And I don't even know why this is in here. If we pick up the charm, doesn't scuff or poison res. So like forget about that charm. We got a little bit of inventory space to work with. Not much. Got an empty. In the cube, sometimes I keep a black cleft. It breaks magic immune. You don't run into them hardly at all on a paladin or on a hammerden. Things aren't magic immune in this game very much. That's what the hammers do, is magic damage. So like you don't need this. But if you're doing some weird thing like coming to like rushing people through Bale. Like if you're doing your Bale runs, there's gonna be 8 like pumpers, right? And there's gonna be orcs and whoever in there, they can handle wave 2 for you. But if you're like rushing or something, for example, and everybody's level 5 in there and a hell Bale and you're the only level 90, 9 or whatever, you're gonna have a problem with wave 2 because the Haradrim guys are like magic immune, big like Radamet guys. They're magic immune. So you need a way to break that, or you can use Banat, and your Merc will handle a lot of it, and then you can just smite, you can smite and help him kill. I usually yeah, I do both. It just depends if I remember to bring this or not. Okay, job done. Um, so for the rest of the gear here, pretty standard. We'll go over it. Shaco with a V Topaz, 27 Maras, Enigma of course. Gotta have an Enigma on this build. Uh, it helps re-aiming, resetting a lot. Like that's everything. For like you'll feel really clunky without an Enigma. You can do a hammered in without an Enigma, but it feels quite clunky. Um, Mage Fists, of course. This is an FCR ring. Got some life on it and some fire res, which is nice. Life steal. An Arachnid's Mesh. It's pretty straightforward. Volcathos. People say to use SOJ on guides and stuff. You could use that. Volcathos ends up trading easier usually than an SOJ. So I go with that. Unless I find whichever one I find I go with. But like if I haven't found anything, I tend to try and get Volcathos rings. They for whatever reason people don't value them as much as SOJ, and so like I don't know. Just don't sleep on them though. It's a solid ring. And then War Traps, these 44 percenters. Good enough for me. Enough for what I'm trying to do. A Hodo, 34 all res. I got the Vex and the Pole day one. Got everything day one. So I had a day one Hodo. Same. And kept it ever since. 34 Hodo. Nothing else said about that. I think it rolls to 40, right? All res. This was more than enough for a paladin though. 34 all res solid. A Hodo's still a Hodo. Yeah. And then the Spirit Shield, the buddy hooked me up, found the base. 4-socket, 44 all res shield. And so I just stuck with it. And then I had to re-roll it a bunch because I wasn't getting the 35 FCR Spirit, so I had to just keep re-rolling it like 20 times or something. Finally got the 35 all res or faster hit, faster cast rate. Sorry, very ready for bed. Faster cast rate. The 35 faster cast rate is what you want. I had to re-roll it a bunch to get that, but Spirit gives cold, lightning, and poison res, and then because the shield is 44 all res, all of that stacks, and it also gives you fire res. So very solid thing to have. Like this is the reason, one of the main reasons why paladins are so OP. Like hammers do a crazy amount of damage, and they're good. They're great damage, and they're magic damage. So like nothing's immune almost ever. There's very few things immune. But this makes you tanky as shit, man. That it's just almost double all res, right? Because you get the all res from being a pally shield, finding a good base, and then you put a spirit in it, and that gives lightning, cold lightning and poison, right? So like it's almost double stacked all res, which is saying that's way strong. My swap is another same thing as the 31 spirit that I used before I got that base. So I just swapped it over to my swap. Want a spirit because it's the +2 skills on the shield. So like that's gonna add to your CTA. And then I rolled a 441 CTA. Pretty solid. I think I rolled that day 2. Not a perfect roll, right? But 4 is solid. Got me through. And then that's pretty much all the gear, man. There's nothing too crazy. There's something to be said about this build, like you have to go into smiting to get holy shield, but like build can also smite Ubers and smite clone, and it's just a gear swap. So I use a G face, a Drax, a Grief, Goblin Toes, Key Gods, or Ravenfrost. You could, if you wanted to switch the bulk Kathos out, you could put a Wisp on Lightning, and that would help with like Uber Meth or whatever, because he's got like Conviction Aura and he's got like some crazy lightning damage, right? So like, excuse me, like you could Gods, and that's 20 lightning absorb down the bottom blue text there. Second top, other lightning absorb. Like you could double up on those. I haven't needed to, but if you wanted to, you're too worried about it, and fine. And then people say Gore Riders and that, but I Goblin Toes, man. That crushing blow is good. And then this isn't a crazy grief. It's a 30% IAS with 66. So like not a greatly rolled grief, and it still puts in work and it's fine. Like you do not need perfect gear. Be competitive on ladder. You do not need perfect gear to have a good character in this game. Um, it's cool to roll all that kind of stuff and get the really really juicy rolls, right? Like that's part of the reason a lot of us play the game still. It's exciting to get a good rolled item, but like you don't get that. If you do get it, great, that's lovely. But like, don't beat yourself up if you don't have perfect gear. This can do it. And then the Merc got an Andy's face, the Ral in it. Gives your Merc life leech. Got 9 life leech on this one. And got an insight, 15 meditation insight. Pretty good, pretty solid. And then I got a treachery um, on the Merc. When you go do Ubers, you can come down here, river. Throw that in the cube. So that you're not blocking or whatever, doing something weird. And on prayer, I fire. Open this. There, it procced. Yeah, you're like ghostly and invisible. Bunch of your stuff is good. Equip your shield. Boom. All your reses are just solid. And then you haul ass over to Act 5. Come right here. Open up your 3 portals. Whatever. And do your Ubers. Right? It's like you could buff for Uber. You don't need to pre-buff like this for D. Go smack him. Back on. And you get in there. Get to work. Fighting demons, right? The black cleft. I sometimes keep that in the cube. Pop it out when you need it. Don't. Right now it's just dash because I haven't needed it. You're doing like a Bale Rush or something. Everyone's level 5 in there or whatever, and you're level 99. Still gonna have a hard time because wave 2. If I remember to bring it, I bring that. If not, if I'm in there without a black cleft, I turn Fanat on and let the Merc do work, and I just run up and fight things, try to help him out, and the Merc does most of the work. In between waves, I'll cleansing, try to get poison off or something weird. D button for me, that's vigor, that's your speed, lets you zip around town, lets you get to a waypoint faster, stuff and telly or warp to wherever you're going and start your run ideally faster. Like that's just a quality of life thing to have. You always want to make sure you have your holy shield up. Never go anywhere without that damn thing. I've seen paladins run around doing half a half a bail run without their holy shield on, and you're just gimping yourself pretty bad there. And your main one is concentration. You can run like redemption, big corpses and stuff, so you don't get corpse exploded by Neelathak or something. And that's the whole freaking build, man. Run here, quick. Okay, okay, health, which is fine. That's pretty solid. We're at 14k hammers. This is players one, right? Gonna just dog walk all these guys. This build can go pretty much wherever it wants in players 8. Does good enough damage. It's not going to be as fast as a Mosaic ever, right? Mosaics are the jam now, and they're like strongest thing in the game. But up until Mosaics were probably the strongest thing in the game, maybe. And I love them. I love playing a Hammerden. Strong. Tanky. They can go anywhere. They do really great damage. Earlier I mentioned like you gotta have Enigma for aiming. So if I say I don't tally at all, if you're missing a guy, then you gotta do this kind of deal and mess around and get in there, blah blah blah. Whereas you could tally and hit them. Get good at aiming, tallies, you'll go far. Holy waters, good sprinkler. I thought that. So that's the whole jam. That's my 99 paladin for season 5, rank 3. A lot of fun. Made a lot of friends with a lot of great players, and I stream on Twitch almost daily. Cam's TV on Twitch. Come hang out sometime. Now that the 99 grind is done, all I do is dedicate my time to helping out fellow players of the community. Stop by, let me know what build you're doing, what you're trying to make, what you're trying to do. If I got some items that'll help you out, I'll give them to you. Um, Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for checking out the video, and we'll catch you on the next. Bye, guys.